morning out of the rack.
Up in the morning out of the rack.
Greeted it done with an early attack.
Greeted it done with an early attack.
First sergeant rushes me off to chow.
The sergeant rushes me off to chow.
And I don't need it anyhow.
But I don't need it anyhow.
Halo, infantry.
Halo, infantry.
Queen of battle, follow me.
Queen of battle, follow me.
And airborne rangers light for me.
And airborne rangers light for me.
Oh, nothing in this world is free.
Oh, nothing in this world is free.
From a big bird in the sky.
From a big bird in the sky.
All will jump and some will die.
All will jump and some will die.
Off to battle.
The Denali mission, we treat it no different than any mission, whether it's combat or back here in a garrison environment or a training environment. You start with good mission analysis, good troop leadership procedures, rehearsals, after-action reviews, and retraining. Again, it takes just the basic skills, and I had complete confidence in our instructors to train 3 to 4 young, physically and mentally fit soldiers from 125. The reason being is we have a great training model in the Army, and we live by it. Denali was a mission. It wasn't a climb, it wasn't an expedition, it was an Army mission that we treated as such every single day from train up to conclusion when they flew off of the glacier back to Fort Wainwright.
In February of 2013, 8 soldiers and their civilian advisor began preparing for a mission to test the mental and physical capabilities of some of U.S. Army Alaska's Arctic warriors. The ultimate goal of this preparation is to showcase the Northern Warfare Training Center as the premier Arctic and subarctic region school.
First sergeant approached me and asked me if I was interested in climbing Mount Mckinley, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so I just jumped to it.
We've been training since early February, just been going out to the White Mountains, down at Birds. We've been putting a lot of miles on our feet with our boots, our skis, our rucks, and our sleds. We've been also learning crevasse rescues, how to use ascenders, Perusics, just a bunch of cool, interesting things that the guys from NWTC has taught us. So we've been learning a lot.
Probably the hardest PT I've ever done in my entire life, and then walking. We went out to the White Mountains and we walked miles and miles every single day, just to get our feet and get our bodies acclimated to kind of cold weather out there, and then yeah.
It's been a whole new learning experience. I didn't have any clue about any of it, but I've learned a whole lot from the experienced guys who's going with us, and they've taught us a lot.
Oh yeah, it's really exciting, and it's something I wanted to do since I came up to Alaska, and I haven't had really the time or the opportunity to do it. And Major Prater, First Sergeant, asked me if I wanted to lead the team this year, back in the fall. So started putting together the training schedule and the team and stuff, and it's been fun. I'm excited.
Essentially, my role breaks down as I'm going along with the team, ensuring everyone's medical safety for the most part, and being the subject matter expert on the medical aspect of climbing when it comes to altitude illness and things of that nature. There's a couple things you really actually have to be concerned about. I mean, there's going to be the natural sports injuries that occur from walking uphill for extended periods of times, and there's those a little bit, something that most medics aren't used to, which is altitude illnesses, which consist of acute mountain sickness, which is more of an early onset, which when you go above 14,000 feet from sea level, you're going to have an average of over 50% of individuals are going to experience some symptoms such as headache, nausea, maybe feeling a little bit more tired than normal. But then it can progress into something a little bit more dangerous, such as HACE or HAPE, or high altitude cerebral edema or high altitude pulmonary edema. I have the entire team on a regimen of acetazolamide or Diamox, which helps with the acclimatization process. And it pretty much tells your body that it's a little more acidic than it is, and it boosts your red blood cell count. So you're going to get a more efficient oxygenation of your vital organs and muscular tissue.
On May 20th, 2013, the team flew from Fort Wainwright to Talkeetna, Alaska. After arriving in Talkeetna, the team made their way to the Denali National Park and Preserve Ranger Station, where they checked in with officials and received their mountaineering permit and mountain orientation brief.
Give you guys some ideas on some of the policies here in the park, and then also some route overview and then current climbing conditions that you'll see once you're on the mountain from what we're hearing from our other teams. But it's also an opportunity for you to ask any and all questions you have before you head on the mountain. I know right now you might not have any, but in an hour and a half when those Chinooks fly away and you're left there for a month, you might have a couple pop up. So please pipe in at any time. If there's anything I say that doesn't make sense, or if you got questions about any of the details of what I say, please do interrupt. It's much less.
We're planning on leaving Talkeetna around 10 o'clock or so. We should be on the glacier over at base camp, Ranger Base Camp on the Kahiltna, no later than 11 or so. And we're planning to try to push all the way to 9,000 feet, which is going to be about a 9-mile movement. You got to go back down the glacier and then back around Ski Ho Camp and whatnot, and then up and over from, that'll be the first day, so move to 9,000 feet. The next day will be a cache and carry up to 11,000 feet, where we'll take most of our supplies, carry it up there, bury it, and walk back down. We'll stay the night at our original camp again. Day 4, we'll move up to and establish our camp at 11. From there, we'll have another kind of an active rest day. We're just kind of move around the area, climb maybe a motorcycle hill or something like that. And if everybody's feeling good, we'll move back over, grab everybody's stuff over at 13,000 feet, move up to 14,000 feet at the camp there, and hang out for a few days. Again, like some active rest days, some just chilling out, eating, drinking water. We'll move up the fixed lines again, grab our cache, move over to 17 camp, and ideally, if everybody's feeling good, we've got great weather, as soon as we get to 17, we could basically drop most of our equipment, go to our summit packs, and then if we've got great weather, then we can go ahead and push for the summit. If the weather holds up, we get good weather, we can make it to the top in 13 days.
I'm excited. I'm ready to get it going. It's pretty nice up here. Good weather for the first day. I hope it stays like that.
Do it. She's big, but she ain't that big.
See, now you wish you had these, huh?
We're just chilling.
Blast. My bad, man.
No big deal. We're just passing by.
Can I ask one of you a few questions?
First climb on Denali, yeah. I've climbed some of the other mountains near and around like Black Rapids and whatnot, and then north of Fairbanks a little ways like Mount Pennell and stuff, or Pendle.
So are you excited?
I'm really excited to see how this goes and get to spend 21 days and not having to talk to too many people. And make a phone call on the sat phone twice a day to let them know that we're okay. But it's kind of cool getting to come out here and not be around anybody. So that's nice. That's what I've been telling them for years. Well, yeah. I can shoot for that.
Do those hook into your skis?
Yeah. Here's what? This side? That's Carl and his teams. Really? Jay,
Oh, so much to do, so little time.
Again, it's about getting back after our ability to master and conquer the Arctic, to master cold regions. 10 years of persistent conflict have kept us out of Alaska for prolonged periods of time. One, it's the highest mountain out there, and if we're going to be the cold regions experts for the Army, then we need to be able to go up it whenever we want. Second, 18 days of exposure on a mountain, 2 months of train-ups. The experience, the knowledge that's been gained by that NCO team that climbed it, by those soldiers, invaluable.
On June 1st, 2013, after 13 arduous days on the mountain, the team's training and hard work paid off, and the team reached the summit of Mount Mckinley.
There's one part in going up to the summit. It's called the Autobahn.
Yeah, the Autobahn probably.
It's about I think 1,200 feet in elevation. It takes about 2 hours to do, and you're literally walking on about maybe 4 inches of a ridge for about 2 hours straight, and you know, any kind of slip and fall.
And then the hardest part is they got a part right before you get to. You can see the summit. You can see the summit ridge, and you go down into like a saddle, and they call it the football field. And from the bottom of it up to the summit ridge is like 700 vertical feet, and that's where the elevation really kicks in, because like headaches and stuff. That was probably the hardest part. Because then once you get up to the summit ridge and sit there for a while, you know, relax, and then move up another 200 feet. That was probably the hardest for me, I think.
Good. Ready to go home?
Oh yeah.
I do it again. Give me a little bit of time to rest.
Getting all these guys up top is definitely the best part. And then getting back down here and getting ready to fly away. Them are the two best parts. Getting everybody up there and then coming back. Yeah, we're going to refine our training schedule just a little bit and tweak it just so it's a little bit better. But overall, I think it was a pretty good plan and execution. But there's small refinements that you can always make to make the next trip better. The guys we got from 125 were top notch. Just the best soldiers that they could find in their formation, really. That's what I see out of them. They're just the best. And then I picked the best out of my guys. They were awesome. So every one of them had an awesome attribute that really brought the team together to come up the mountain.
These soldiers that we got from 125 handled it. They all did extremely well. You know, seeing the NWTC team out there going through and working our way, you know, up the mountain was awesome. You know, getting to experience some of the other people on the mountain was really fun. A lot of good times. There's two other teams out there that we kind of leapfrogged with, that we built a pretty good relationship with. We help each other out with different things. That was really awesome. You know, the scenery was gorgeous. We got extremely lucky with weather, but it was a great experience. I'd love to do it again.
I mean, it's Denali. It's the biggest mountain in North America itself. I mean, that alone, just that name, it's amazing. But to know that I actually made it to the top and accomplished it, it's breathtaking, to be honest. That's probably the best words to put it.
Physically, the first like 4 or 5 days, you're just kind of out there moving, walking around, doing your thing. The PT that we do with like our specialized PT for the training or for the actual mission itself was kind of what got us through the first 4 or 5 days. And after that, it was just heart. And then if you got to meet or talk or like experience any of these guys on the team, you know that they got plenty of heart. So
I've been telling a lot of people this, and I told my family this too. You know, the Army preaches PT, and PT's everything. And we train so hard, PT cardio-wise, for this mountain. But to be honest, PT will only take you so far on that mountain. After that, it's all heart. It goes into the deepest part of you if you have it in you to make it to the top. And one thing for me, and I've told everybody else this, I have a fear of heights. So being up there and just walking on some of the ridges, that was just, I had to really dig down deep to find it in me to keep going, but I'm so happy I did it. I've seen what I can do when I have to push myself, and that mountain pushed me harder than I've ever had to push myself in my entire life. So knowing that I can go to that level and perform how I did on that mountain, I'm going to take that and, you know, push it towards my future Army career.
USARAC, NWTC, like 125, all of us, like we own cold weather. Like the Arctic environment is not really that big of an experience to us. So
that's a true testament to what we do up here in Alaska. USARAC's ability, USARAC soldiers' ability to operate in Arctic, subarctic, and mountainous terrain, like, is really unstoppable. With minimal training, we took these young soldiers and inexperienced climbers to one of the tallest peaks in the world. So really, there's nothing can stop USARAC soldiers.
One of our team members, we were going up the fixed lines, which is it's an elevation of about 400 feet, and it's at a degree angle of 45 degrees, and it almost feels like you're just going vertically straight up. And he lost his GoPro, and he was at the lead, and the GoPro almost hit every single one of us, almost. We had to dodge it. And it's just funny being up, 16,000 feet hanging on a rope on the side of a mountain, and you're dodging a GoPro as it's falling down trying to hit you. It was pretty funny.